Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. Welcome, and I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI. Okay, where do we go now? Tacoed. Well, no surprises there whatsoever. After ranting on Untruth Social or Trash Social, however you like to call it, the orange idiot saying, if they don't within 48 hours, blah, blah, blah. And the other side said, yeah, go for it and watch the result. The orange idiot then came out apparently overnight and said, oh, after discussions with the regime over there, and the regime over there have gone, what discussions? So, and isn't it sad state of affairs when one is inclined to believe just a ghastly regime as it is in Iran over the ghastly regime. And yep, as I'm poker shuffling, they're telling me a big yes there. A big yes. You've got the dove of peace putting the coin in the emotional overflowing cup. And you've also got end of an era for these moneyed oligarchs, so with the Ten of Pentacles. So the regime over there, because for them it's not about the money, it's about respect, pride, all the rest of it. And they've said, yeah, go for it and watch the result. The orange idiot has backpedaled and said, oh, 5 days instead of 48 hours. And yeah, okay, we've got, what's this? This is hard work going on behind the scenes trying to, something to do with printing the money. Let me put it that way, printing the money. And there is this just treasonous action. Now, one of my lovely viewers sent me a Substack article. I haven't shared it, but pretty much says that the US is operating insolvent at the moment, which means that its debts outstrip its assets by significant amounts. And companies that operate insolvent, countries do operate, but it's getting worse and worse and worse. And then we've got, as I split the deck, we've got the Hierophant, the US regime desperately trying to juggle the money that they don't have. When you spend 94% of a country's existence since 17, whenever it was, you had the War of Independence. The country has been in some form of conflict for 94% of its existence. A lot of it not even to do with being with the security of the United States. And I'm talking, Vietnam, Korea, Somalia, Afghanistan, all these conflicts that had nothing to do with the security of the United States itself. Yes, you do end up in a bit of a pickly situation, and the current one, I believe, is costing over $1 billion a day. So where am I going with this? I just want to have a look at there have been reports that have come out. I'm looking at abc.net.au. This is the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. The Strait of Hormuz, Iran, US war, Trump zombie ships. So if you Google zombie ships, what is happening is it appears that at least 2 Japanese ships that do not exist anymore have travelled through the Strait of Hormuz. So what have we got? Over the past week, 2 anomalies appeared to sail in and out of the Gulf through the Strait. A Japanese-owned tanker carrying liquefied LNG, liquefied natural gas, and a vehicle carrier. However, the ABC cannot independently verify these vehicles, but the data shows that they were broadcasting the unique identifier codes assigned to 2 ships that have been scrapped for parts long before the conflict started. Japanese-owned LNG tanker Jamal, and the other one was, let's see if I can find it, yeah, no, I can't find the name of the other one just glancing through it, but the second one was a supposed vehicle transporter. Both have been scrapped back in 2020 apparently. So who owns these particular ships? And I'm getting Japan. I'm actually getting Japan came to a deal. Came to a deal. The devil on his head. I'm going to pause you and get my decks back up the right way because I do like to. The devil is finding himself upside down and on his head. It got played beautifully by the Japanese Prime Minister. And then we've got rejection, disappointment as well. 2 ships have gotten through. Okay. In the face of this overwhelming disappointment, and the devil, those that tied themselves to the devil are finding themselves without stability. They're literally upside down and inside out. Now I'm going to pause you and put my deck back up the right way. Hang on a sec. Okay, I'm back. I went through the deck and I was going to put them back up the right way. That half's all up the right way. This half the majority are. But while I was going through, the majority are up the right way. But as I was going through this half, my guide said to me, no, this is the story with these cards upside down. Now, for those that have been with me for ages, know that I don't read upside down. So this is going to be interesting. So, this is the usual amount of cards I put out. So bear with me, come on down. So we've got those that contracted to the devil, finding themselves in this upside down situation. Because the 2 lovers here are the same as these 2 figures here. Those that tied themselves to this devil energy are in this upside down situation. Now, this is going to be any of the Middle Eastern countries. This is going to be any of the other countries around the world, because we've got this infighting that is going on and the 10 of Swords, and then we've got this rejection. So those that did not tie themselves to this energy, I think are going to be okay. Now, Iran the regime there did put out a statement that they're only going to stop the ships that are tied with this, aligned with this regime. The ships, looking to see if the ships are going to come in. There are no ships coming in for anybody that tied themselves to this. Finding themselves with their back up against the wall and having to surrender. You've got the actions having consequences. This can also be legal action, but I'm just going to say actions are having consequences. The sword of truth here, the scales, weighing the scales. You've got here the ending of this happy families and the new beginning or the uncharted waters. Trying to juggle the situation. Queen of Cups. Keeping the lid on negotiations. Okay, for me, Queens are very much about what's happening within or behind the scenes. So I'm getting that this Queen of Cups, there's negotiations going on behind the scenes. The 3 of Pentacles upside down. Again, those that were involved finding themselves on the outer, plans not coming to fruition, the demands not being met, and we've got the end, the World card. Ending of what was, which will lead to the beginning of something new. Now you've got the orange twerp here, orange idiot, eyeing off the bald eagle of the United States, but it's very much about, this could be contracts and agreements that get torn up. This is ending, and if you want confirmation, there's that Ace of Swords. Yep. This is the truth of it. So, okay, if I keep going, there's going to be some sort of an announcement about a downfall of a leader. You've got this emotional overwhelming and then this dove of peace being offered. But then you've got the gaslighting coming forward because of the mercenary actions of the orange twerp, the delusional mercenary actions of the orange twerp. So this could be information that is announced about the Yahoo, the offer of peace coming forward to cleanse, to start again, or this could simply be new partnerships. You've got the delusional cray-cray of the mercenary actions of the orange idiot. A harsh truth's coming forward about money that is going to change hands with the Knight of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. You've then got the public diplomacy, new opportunities, and then the Star of Hope and Healing. You've got these moneyed individuals not listening to public opinion, but you've got the false victory upside down, falling off the horse. The judgment moment, working together, the nightmare situation that only hard work is going to resolve. So what am I getting from this? Pretty much anyone, any country, and I'll just put these together, any country that tied themselves to, I just got those ships came through, went through the Strait while the Japanese Prime Minister was distracting during her visit to the White House. I get that they were Japanese. I do get that they were Japanese ships. Tell me. Because Japan really relies on the fossils. The sun and the death card just showed itself to me, which is a big yes. You've got the contracts, those that chained themselves basically to this, the false victory going back when. It's not going to end well for them. It's not going to end well for them, the Death card and the Hermit card. You're getting it every single time. It's too little too late at the moment. They needed the orange twerp back in office in 2020, which is why there was just this such desperation to try and overthrow Biden. And this continual carry on, they had to, because 2025 or 2024 was too late. It was too late. Okay. It's too late. Okay, let's have a look. Were these Japanese ships that passed through the state? Were they? Come on down, let's have a look. Ten of Pentacles, end of the petrodollar is what I got. Because this is the old system, and in the background here you've got the new face-to-face agreements. End of the old system, start of the new. They will deny it to the back teeth, but this is also, yeah. I'm going to say yes, it was. Seven of Wands is the challenge. This is also taking the higher ground and defending their position. If they're called out on it, they're going to defend their position. Absolutely. You've got here the gift being offered in the past, Six of Cups. This is just the gift being offered. I think there was negotiations that went on. We've got the Queen of Swords, that's the Prime Minister of Japan. And then you've got the Four of Pentacles. The energy over it at the moment is keeping it on the down low. But this is also the greedy merchant, because look, he's sitting on his big bag of money there, trying to keep control. This could be the US regime here, trying to keep control. Yeah, it's fast turning into a nightmare situation. There had to be a strategy. The Japanese had to strategize. I mean, allegedly, entertainment only. But I do feel, I'm just someone in Australia throwing some cards. Yeah, they were fast approaching this nightmare situation, because you've got to remember that one of their major nuclear-powered energy providers was pretty much, with the earthquake and the tsunami. I don't know whether they've got it back up and running, but they're pretty, they were fast approaching this moment of truth nightmare situation, and they had to make some sort of decision. Okay, working behind the scenes, money, creating opportunities behind the scenes. Internally, you've got this, again, this victory, uncomfortable victory moment. There is going to be news, hopes and fears that news comes out from the Middle East. Yeah, it's the end of what was. Because this is a plan to bring ships onto the horizon, and it's an absolutely new beginning. And if you want confirmation, there's that Ace of Swords, and on the bottom we've got the Ace of Wands. You've got this infighting around the orange idiot, because they're going to find themselves completely stalled in regards to what this orange idiot has to offer. You've got the downfall of the government. You've got the rejection and disappointment in this dictatorship energy, and it is absolutely new beginnings. US is going to find itself out in the cold, and new opportunities coming forward. But this could be big new information coming forward about treason and all those that were involved. 3 and 3. The Sun card, revelation of manipulation. Now, I'm really sorry for those that are in the US, because you guys are really copping the brunt. But yeah, I think what's going to happen is that I think, yeah, those two ships, I'm pretty sure they will end up in Japan. So one of the US's biggest-ish trading partners, they had to make a decision for the sake of their people. The delusion and gaslighting is strong with the orange idiot. He may even say something really stupid. I mean, he says something really stupid about this all the time, but he may say something really stupid about this. Okay, so pretty much what's happening is that flattery, getting on with business, bypassing the US. And I think it's 2 of many is what I'm getting. Okay. Where does this go to from now? Where does this go to from now? What's going to happen when this ultimatum runs out? I'm just going to say the new way of doing to bring ships onto the horizon. And I think those that are involved are going to defend themselves, because they have to. They're going to fully expose the situation. You've got this behind the scenes negotiations because of this disappointment. Judgment card, the money not coming in, or this could just be, people falling further and further into poverty. You've got uncharted waters. You've got Biden. Oh, don't know what that is. And then you've got the Eight of Cups walking away, big stick. I'm just going to stop this reading here and go and see what this siren's all about.